And welcome back. We're coming to you live today from Cordova, Memphis Jewish Home and Rehab. And we're here with Bobby Meadows, Executive Director. And we got here today, and I heard a couple of booms going on. It turns out you're expanding once again.
We are. We've been on this campus since 1992 here. And kind of to explain where we're going now, you kind of got to figure out where we came from. Originally, we were started off Tucker Street in 1927, one of the oldest nursing homes in the city.
That kind of surprised me. You told me that earlier because I remember watching the Little Rascals shows when I was a kid, and the biggest fear was they would send the old guy to live down the street to the home. And but the homes were just, in my mind's eye, were like rows of beds, and they just went in there. They stayed in bed all the time. And but there were a lot of early homes, but that was one of the earliest homes in Memphis.
That's right. Yeah.
And right in the middle of Midtown. Of course, that was the middle of Memphis. It didn't extend really much past the parkways. I mean, I remember, I wasn't here then, but when the shopping center, Eastgate, I guess, was one of the first big shopping centers in Memphis, and it was on the outskirts of town.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been in Memphis now since 2006, so all I've really known is out here in Cordova. So, but it's a great location. Our industry, healthcare as we know it, is ever changing. Coming out here in '92, it was even, healthcare was a lot different back then, and we knew we did a great job of taking care of patients. We're 160 beds. Primarily at one point our focus was just on long-term care, but about 5 years ago we realized that we're really good at therapy. And not only did we realize that, but our physicians out there in Memphis realized that, the community realized that, and we knew that being good at it, we needed to.
We're talking with Bobby Meadows. He's the executive director here. And I guess that was one thing you have to constantly be looking forward to, is the fact that things do change. The needs of the patients change. The hospitals change. Now they have very specific rules how long you can stay in the hospital. You go from ER after surgery to a step-down unit, and when that happens, then you've got to find someplace else to go. And so that's where a lot of your folks come from.
That's right. Yeah, we over the last 5 years, we've nearly tripled the amount of admissions from the hospital, from orthopedic clinics. We've nearly tripled our number of admissions. This year, we're on track to do over 1,000 new admissions from the Shelby County, Memphis area.
Per year?
Per year.
Wow.
Yes.
So you only have 160 beds, so you're turning a lot of people.
That's right.
Every month.
Every month, we 80-plus admissions. So, yeah, about half our beds are flipping every month.
So in reality, because you're touching the whole community, somebody has a relative here, there's probably a good portion of Memphis has been here to this facility to visit their relatives or people that have been here. Because 1,000 a year, after a while, and all their friends and relatives come to visit, a lot of people know about you.
That's right. Yeah, we, primarily Memphis, Shelby County, North Mississippi, even as far out as Fayette County, that we have patients that come that far. We've had patients, we are a kosher facility. We've had patients from Nashville that keep kosher, that want a kosher facility. They'll come here. We had a physician recently that was referring patients from Huntsville, Alabama. So we've had success in great outcomes for our patients. So, we quickly saw the need, and I think my team here, along with our board, had the vision that in order to keep the future of the home and fulfill the mission, we needed to invest in that future, and therefore we're building the largest rehab in the city.
And that's what's going on right now.
That's right.
And so how many extra beds will be made available for that?
So no extra beds. We are building 16 beds of private suites to eliminate our semi-privates that we have currently in the building.
So now then everybody will get their own room.
That's correct.
Which is, nobody ever wants a room with me because I snore.
Me either.
So that cuts down on the opportunities to But and then also just the rehab facility itself, the rooms where you go do the workout and the exercise and all to get to strong enough and the ability to leave and go home again.
Yeah, that's right. We have everything from activities of daily living suite that help patients train how to get out of bed, out of showers, tubs, from a indoor training car, one of the only 4-person aquatic therapy pools that has a built-in treadmill. So
do you also train their relatives to work with them? Is that part of the rehab? So that when they go home, people will know how to get them in, help them in and out of bed?
Absolutely, yeah. We really work with the families to, also we go to their homes, see how they actually live, what we can do to help once they get home.
As far as
make
making their beds, are the right kind of beds? There's like you need to put a bar on the wall or something so they can be able to get in and out of bed easier.
Some patients have, maybe it's stairs or different things that we can work with them at home on. So.
Because on my mom, that was what happened to her. She went through rehab, and then she was getting out of her bed after that and fell and broke a hip. So it's very imperative that you make sure that they're safe wherever they are.
That's right.
And build in. I want to go back to your kitchens just for a minute. You actually have 3 kitchens. You're talking about the kosher kitchen, and then the dairy kitchen. Tell me about that.
So we have the second largest kitchen in West Tennessee, and we are uniquely one of the only GLOT kosher facilities in 8 states. It's very expensive to be kosher, and it also requires us to have separate kitchens. So we have a meat kitchen, a dairy kitchen, and then what they call a parv kitchen, which is pretty much our bakery, which means it's not meat or dairy. So it's a very underutilized kitchen for our population here. 160 patients, 3 meals a day. We do a lot of kosher catering. We do have one of the only kosher delis in town too. So.
Well, you also have a bakery because you brought me some cookies.
Yeah.
I ate a kosher cream-filled chocolate chip. Actually, 2 cookies. You get one on the top, one on the bottom. And I could only eat about half of it, maybe a little more than half.
Yeah.
But it was delicious. But you say that's open to the public, and they can come in and buy stuff there every day. It's actually like a little deli.
It is absolutely a little deli, from pastrami sandwiches to chicken fingers and fries. We have a salad bar, daily soups, those things. Yeah.
And so people from the outside can come in and have lunch here. Then
we do. They do catering out of the Nasharai. We do a lot of public business as well.
So of all the 3 kitchens, which food do you tend to go for?
I'm a meat man.
Yeah, I understand.
So I like the meat days. So.
And what's your favorite dish here?
Bobby has a wonderful menu of just. But I primarily stick with the grilled chicken. So.
Yeah, ever since February, I've been eating lots of fish, lots of chicken.
Yeah, I did tell your wife about those cookies, by the way.
Yeah, she said, well, I really don't have a sweet tooth. That's never been a problem. I always say, can I have another piece of meat as opposed to...
Yeah. And
then the kernel has not been on my diet since February either. I used to like the kernel, but we're no longer friends. Well, it's an incredible facility. I mean, and you've been here...
a little over 6 years now.
And from when you got here, because everybody has a conception of a place, it's like meeting somebody. When you first meet them, they seem one way to you, and then as you get to know them, they change. How has this place changed in your vision since you got here?
Well, I think our focus is, obviously number one focus is patient care, but I've always had a true love for patients, true love for patient care. Every patient in this facility, as you saw earlier with the lady that was in here, they know me personally. Every family, every patient has my personal cell phone number, and they have access to me 24/7, and it's the same way with the staff. I think when you're caring for patients, caring for people, it's a special thing. And our staff, with nearly 300 staff members here, they have one of the toughest jobs there is.
Well, and it is also kind of a job where people can tell really quickly whether or not you're really sincere.
Yeah,
because you're under stress, and anybody can fake it for a couple of days, but if you've been here 6 years and they still like you, you
Yeah.
must be doing something
Well,
right.
thankfully they still like me. So
I think they do.
if not, I'll have to have more happy hours in there. So
We're extending happy hour to 3 hours a day.
that's right. That's right.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure
Thank you
meeting
for
you,
stopping
Earle.
by
Thank
and
you.
chatting with us.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the Memphis Jewish Home and Rehab, so stay with us.